Good morning, evening, friends. Here's your friendly announcer. I'm not Stevie Wonder, but I have a message to pass on to you. Ooh, ooh. Y'all ain't know I could sing, did y'all? I ain't know it either. I still don't know it. Because I ain't found out yet. But I tell you what, though. Could do it if I put my mind to it. I take some vocal lessons, all that shit. I wonder how they work that out. See, stuff like that, I'll be thinking that it just got to be in you as far as singing. It's really like actual vocal coaches out there who can help you sing. I mean, is it really people out there that can just help you just I thought it just gotta be in you just to know how to sing and they kind of just mold it and help you out just a little bit. I wanna do I wonder how they feel when they just know somebody just can't can't sing, but they just still trying and they just like hit it from your diaphragm, hit it from your stomach, hit it from the gut, or maybe I don't know. Anyway, that ain't my forte, but just felt like that song. Love's in Need of Love today. That is a classic though. Good morning, evening, friends. Welcome to Ghetto Poetry Readings. Motivational speeches, motivational speech, rap talk motivation, ghetto poetry. It is what it is. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Share the video and make the channel grow. Get into a couple of poems this evening. The link is in the description to show appreciation for my spoken word tonight. I thank you in advance for your contributions. Channel is not monetized yet, although we on the way. We very, very close. Day by day, we getting closer. I don't know why YouTube won't let me just catch on with these lives yet. They're letting the videos pick up a little bit more, which is cool. I thought about stopping my lives until I got monetized, but I thought to myself, like, why cheat the 10, 20, 30 people that be tuned in? I mean, I know people may watch these on the replay and all that. If I got people tuned in, why turn my back on them and say I'm gonna wait and all that? Because eventually I'm gonna still do it anyway. I mean, the whole notion of being independent, I can go live anytime I want to, and that's one thing I was thinking about last night before I went to sleep as I was praying. I was just really thinking to myself, like, like this shit is crazy. It's like a clear path. This is straight up connection. It's like nobody's in my fucking way right now. And I was thinking about that. And when I say nobody's in my way, I ain't talking about distractions or people or stuff like that, but I'm talking about this direct connect from the internet to you. I'm talking about you right now that's listening. This is a direct form of communication and sharing my passion and sharing my spoken word and sharing my words and I mean sharing my whole fucking dream. I mean like this is the direct. This is like kind of like direct as it can get. I was just thinking about that last night before I went to sleep. I was like, I'm really walking in that path of just straight up. It's like it ain't no overhead or nothing that can just say like, hey, don't do it or the approval of what. This is directly to people who want to hear it and this is just a straight connection. I was just thinking to myself like this shit is pure. I mean, just a resource like YouTube or whatever. This is a direct connection to people who want to hear the entertainment or hear the poetry or whatever. And everybody has and gain an audience. I was like, it ain't nothing in my way for me not doing what I love. Man, this is life. This is real life. I'm talking about, man, this is the fucking dream. Man, but I love it though. We get into this first piece. It's fairly simple. Stay calm. And I be having to tell myself that too. I done felt so in love with this shit. Sometimes I just be having like a different energy just jump inside me when I'm trying to, when the idea might come across me, or I might be doing something, I might be busy doing something else, or I might be on somebody else's time, and the idea, something might just come to me, and I just think to myself, like, damn, I want to get to making this video. Like, get me the fuck up out of here. Let me get to doing what I love. Like, man, just the freedom. And I thought to myself, like, man, let me just stay calm and just do it at the pace it's going at. Enjoy it. It's like as many times as I told y'all to enjoy the journey, it's the same difference. But listen to me. The pressure is tense. My palms are condensed. Stay calm. I realized my moment was meant. I feel something coming. I gotta stay strong. Stay calm. But I wonder why it takes so long. I wrote my plan. I took my steps. Stay calm. It wasn't supposed to happen just yet. The hustlers hustle. The dealers ball. Stay calm. I was told quick rise, quick fall. My lifespan subtracting, but my words are in action. Stay calm. I feel like I'm about to divide this fraction. It's all inside, and God want me to do it. My talents are premeditated, and God want me to use it. He said, stay calm. Stay calm, that's that poem in peace. Rap talk. How you feel about staying calm? How do you make yourself stay calm? How do you make yourself stay calm in a world that's so fast paced and attention spans are short? Everybody's moving, trying to find shortcuts. People trying to get over on each other. People in grind mode. People in selfish mode. Cutthroat, anxiety, entitlement. And these are all the things that's on the legal perspective. I ain't say nothing about nothing illegal. So imagine that side of the game and how everybody's moving and grooving and trying to get by. How do you stay calm? How do you survive in the inner city or the ghettos? Hell, you can even say the suburbs now, the lower class of the suburbs. How do you survive with the notion of day by day? Day by day is a powerful tool. It can force you to hustle. It can force you to grind. It can force you to turn your back or be conniving toward friends and loved ones and just to get through your situation. Those things can make you turn against the upright if you're not strong enough. But I suggest you stay calm. Good morning, evening, friends. I got that song in my head. It ain't going nowhere till I hear another song. And I can't play no songs on here. So y'all gonna get that Stevie all night. Ghetto poetry readings. By this being ghetto poetry readings, maybe I should have sung the Village Ghetto line. What y'all know about that song? Let me do this next poem a piece though. This is a piece I wrote. Oh, you still got a chance. Because indeed you do. No matter what situation you're in or what you're going through, always realize and come to the understanding that you still got a chance. As long as you got breath in your lungs, a soul, and whatnot around it to work for it, you still got a chance. Listen to me. To the kid about to stand on the corner, to the kid that stomach needs a meal, you still got a chance. To the father that's unemployed, to the mother that's life is unenjoyed, you still got a chance. To the criminal that regret what he did, to the parents with no choice to where they live, you still got a chance. To the person not accepted for religion or race, to the innocent inside in jail that concentrate and escape, you still got a chance. To the homeless in the ghetto that struggles day to day, and to the kid inside him that never knew it could turn this way, you still got a chance. This is for the person with the thoughts to advance. No matter your conditions, my people, you still got a chance. Rap talk. Still got a chance. I drink to that. I take me a sippy sip to that. Ghetto poetry readings. Detroit. I put that Detroit on there for a reason. Detroit gets so much attention just off the strength of. So if somebody is just going through the search engine, they see Detroit, let this video pop up. Let them know we got something to say. It ain't always about the hippity hip hop or the Motown. I mean, of course, we are the backbone and the shadow of those things forever. Talent, everything. Detroit got it. But as much as my city just been known for so many other dark things, we still have a lot to give. We still uplifting and on the rise and really growing. And gentrification have took over from downtown on backwards. They still working backwards the other way. If you can afford it and be downtown and be in the thick of it, you're going to be around. But if you can't afford it, you ain't going to be around. The city get took right from up under you. And Detroit not the only city that's going through it or that went through it. Because we didn't already went through it. I can't even say we going through it no more. Detroit, the whole monopoly is already that took effect. The hood I grew up in, it's the color change is already popped off. They riding through their carefree on bikes, walking their dog. What some of my friends got taken away at. They doing that already. So I can't even say that it's something that they bought to do. They already did it. Let's get into more poetry. I appreciate the people that be tuned in and listening here for the spoken word. That's the base of this whole channel. That's the base. It's the love. It's the foundation. We always gonna come back full circle to this. We just putting medicine in the candy. We know how the streets move. We know how entertainment move. We know how algorithms move. We figured it out. We figuring it out. We part of it already. So we have to sprinkle in a little bit of the bullshit here and there and get our point across and join the crowd. That's how the people with a message do it. Pay attention. That's how your favorite artist did it. It was fun. It was enjoyable. You want people to speak for you, not particularly at you. We'll come up with these ways to find the other voice to talk to and who we speaking for. I speak for myself, but the tribe is the lower class, the middle class. Is it still a middle class? That's debatable. I speak for the people with a dream. I speak for the people that want to do something. That's my motives and goals. Like, what do you want? What do you want out of life? Like, what's that ticker? Like, when you gonna get tired of your own bullshit? That's where we at with it. That's where the foundation starts at. Surround yourself with motivation, motivating people. You'll be surprised how that one day that shit just click on. Your whole attitude and moods can just change just by consuming something that's positive. Positivity is contagious just as much as negativity is contagious. But it's all about which one you're paying attention to. But I think you're on the right path. I think you're on the right path because you search for it. You surround yourself with it. It's becoming repetition to you. So it's affecting your soul. The next thing you know, the energy that you're putting out, it start bringing you more of that. I'm talking about the good way, the good shit. It start bringing you more of that good energy. Yeah, that's all in you. Rap talk, motivation. Let me find another poem and piece. Well, I say this one off the top. Know thyself. Let me get into this piece. That's where that battle be at, that struggle. That struggle within inside of knowing who you are. Let me get into this poetry piece called Know Thyself. Listen to me, see if you can dig this one. Take a little piece of this sippy sip too right here. I got me a little glass right here. Some of this fine vodka and cranberry. Don't let nobody tell you I can't talk this shit and have a little taste with me. It is what it is. Let them make your rules. That's what y'all on. If y'all not making rules shit, or you can't listen to somebody because they're, that's on you then. Detroit Ghetto poetry readings. Motivational speech. Let me get into this piece I wrote called Know Thyself. Frustration kicking in. You see, I was about to grab a drink or just sleep it off, but instead I picked up the pen. Perfect time while I got a cup. Thinking again what my future holds. The battle that's going on inside my soul, believing in myself and who's really in control. See, my heart beats to the rhythm of these streets. Violent news is the soundtrack. You see, I want to stay calm, but the order of action of being held back makes it hard not to react. Cause see, it ain't just the blacks. It's the wealthy capitalizing on our poor citizens. We settle for less food injected with stress. Look at the conditions now that we're living in. Shit. Gotta be a strong brother to be legit and not do the other. Cause shooting makes for more shootings. And right now, these judges are not passing out football numbers. And every day I discover something I was already supposed to know. In the ghetto, moving fast but going slow, but somehow steady going inside a circle. Cause see, the pressure can hurt you if your conscience ain't strong as your emotions. But having faith and understanding is the perfect potion. See, as we blend, I pretend as if I already made it. Cause see, I knew I had to give, but between so much bullshit, see, now my thoughts became jaded. See, this ain't nothing to play with. My kid's sixth senses now and got intense. So every move I make, step I take, nowadays I think about the consequence before the event. And that's why I stay sharp. The balance inside my heart. The good versus evil. And the ability to pick them apart. Know thyself. That's that poem piece. Know thyself. Listen to me. Life is about balance. Life is about choices. Life is about timing. You equate all those things into your daily. You could provide more understanding. When I say provide more understanding, I'm talking about is you just equate those things into your daily just by understanding that the choices you make today, it structures your tomorrow. I wrote a poem like that, Know Thyself. It's about balance. Those choices, those decisions, that instant gratification. Man, all that shit add up. We all want it so instant. I mean, whatever age you are right now, just think about the game. If you had the same, just think like like whatever age you is right now, just think what you can tell yourself 20 years ago. Like for instance, if you, let's just say you 35, think what you can tell your 15-year-old self right now. Then especially while growing up and the things that you thought was gonna last forever. Some of us 35, 40 years old, you don't even know the same people that you knew when you was 15, 17. But think how much you were trying to impress or thinking those moments was forever, and you thought the whole essence of what was going on at that time was just gonna always be. I mean, don't regret it, but I'm just saying, just think of where you are now because you still got more time to go. By you being 30 years old right now, think about that 40 right now before you even get there. That's what I'm trying to say. I ain't trying to say go to the past and live in the past. I'm talking about think about how those years did evaporate. So if you're 30 and you can look back at 20 and think about the decisions you could have made at 20, think about the adjustments of the time that you're in right now before you get to 40 and how you can set yourself up to get to 40 and be on something else and be in a different path, be in a different lane and making yourself be that one. I'm talking about being in that spot. Ain't no chasing the bullshit. You don't want to be that old head that's stuck on bullshit. Male, female, whatever. How y'all feel though? Y'all still rocking with me? What up, though? Ghetto poetry readings. I'm about to pour another cup. What you talking about? I'm about to pour another cup. I will tell y'all what I'm sipping on. You hear that? Let me put that by the mic. I ain't put it too close to the mic. I ain't trying to fuck up my mic. Of course not. Or the laptop, none of that shit. So we ain't doing that. But I'm pretty sure if you listen close, you heard a little pour. Sound like water, don't it? Oh yeah, but we drink that water too. Yeah. Be off that water. Now we pouring that juice in there. I'm just trying to give y'all something to use your imagination to the picture. Putting that top back on that juice. All these labels in front of me, I could be calling them off, but it is what it is. They real big entities. They big entities and they pushing what they pushing. Although I am talking to y'all through sending energy by sipping this alcohol, but the energy is there. The message is there. Ain't nobody perfect. Judge it if you want. That's cool with me. I don't mind that. I didn't come into this YouTube space for approval of all. I got videos up now and people, it's funny, I was thinking about this too. I got people going in. I posted this video about Nas and Hit Boy. Y'all can go look at it too if y'all want to peek in at it. They talking mad shit in the comments. But it's actually, the backside of it is the freedom of people can speak. But also what happens is the more comments, it's helping the channel though. Whether they understand it or not. And I didn't do it on purpose. I did it generally, speaking on my feelings and how I care about the hip hop album, or not even an album yet, because the album ain't came out yet, but the whole ordeal of Nas and Hit Boy about to call it quits with what they doing. I don't mean to shift gears too much, but I'm just talking to y'all, just telling y'all how having thick skin, you can still grow in something just by giving people the freedom to say what they want to say and not let it affect you. I'm sharing this with y'all because the bigger the channel gonna get, more things like this is gonna come. And these are all signs that the channel was growing. So these are things that I actually love, and I didn't do it on purpose. I was just walking in my path and speaking how I felt last night when I made a certain video. But there's so many people in the comments, they kind of jumped on the bandwagon of others just to, once they see like about 2 or 3 comments going in on some bullshit, it brings the energy for more people to come in and talk bullshit. But at the same time, all the comments and conversation is helping the video and helping the channel because it's making people more curious. So YouTube is definitely going to push it out even more. Kind of goes back to what we used to say back in the hood, back in the day. So many of my OGs back in the hood used to say this shit too. They'd be like, they ain't hating on you, you ain't doing shit. If they ain't hating on you, you ain't popping. But we ain't here for that. We ain't here to prove much, but we're here for love, and we're here for, spreading enjoyment and positivity. But when the energy do come, you have to be strong enough to put up that force field to carry on. That's really the message. But being on some nigga shit, we still have to put ourselves in the situation of knowing what's happening. That's the only reason why I'm sharing these couple of things, because I'm never out of tune with how this shit go and what moves the needle, so to say. So I know that negativity moves the needle, but the energy of these platforms is the more people talking, the more they're going to push it. That's like this video right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this live video with the word poetry in it, poetry readings. I throw the ghetto in there for a reason, just to get the curious, whether it be conflicted or not, with the word poetry readings. To make the curious pop in and see for fulfillment or enjoyment, or just out of curiosity. Just seeing those words together, ghetto poetry readings, it can make your brain dance all over the place if it was pushed out. But when you want to come up going forward, the word reading is a turnoff. Who in the ghetto community want to be reading or be associated with poetry reading? I understand what I'm doing here. I like going against the grain like this. I like the energy of breaking down barriers or doors or being an underdog when this shit gonna pop off. That's gonna be the fun part of this shit. That's why I love it. That's why I'm sitting right up here, even though y'all can't see it, with just books and notebooks full of poems and energy and just poems all in my head, to motivate somebody. And just imagine this shit catching on to college students and all that shit in dorm houses and dorm rooms, catching on to poetry, ghetto poetry readings, sitting up doing whatever they doing and meditating to this shit. I see it. I don't mind sharing things like this because we speak it into existence, because it's a difference about just sitting around talking about this shit and I ain't on YouTube right now doing it. See, that's the difference. When you working on something, you working on your goals. Talk about that shit while things are getting done, while things are happening. That's when people latch on and become believable. I mean, we actually on here kicking poems. There's people actually dipping in this live right now, in and out, just out of curiosity. That's why I'm still on here. And that's why I'm going to stay on here. Because I do it for the ones that are curious for the knowledge, are curious for the success, or looking to surround themselves with some type of positive entertainment. We can talk this shit though. We can talk music and the bullshit, Sexy Red or whoever, DJ Envy, Tyrese. We can talk about the bullshit all day. But how can we get back full circle to the knowledge after all of that? And when you go your way and I go my way, how can we end the conversation on some type of accomplishments by the end of the day? I've been telling myself I'm about to start laying on this bitch, laying on YouTube for hours. Man, there's people out here with fucking sleeping videos that be getting more views than some of this shit I be dropping. It's my real spill. It's my people straight up laying in bed, sleep on fucking YouTube getting views. We're like, man, this shit is ill. Like, all this shit is just bugged out. All this shit is a man, this world is so free, but it's still a world of just so much stupidity. That's the thing. And it's not about getting over on nobody, but it make you just think to yourself, like, when you fucking really got something to contribute to the world, like, who is the listener? Who is the one that's going to tap in? Do you have to dumb it down to get in the room? And when I say get in the room, I ain't trying to say be on the higher ups or take it somewhere that you really don't want to be. I'm talking about actually having to dumb it down just to reach the people that you want to reach. Ghetto fucking poetry readings. It's like the terms have to be said to reach. We're going to mesh the two. I'm getting to another poem and piece, though. We found one. Let's switch gears a little bit. Since I'm looking at this piece right here, I'm going to read it off the paper, though. I might even do it twice just to catch a feel for it. Y'all here with me? It's called Getting Over an Ex. I want to just do it just for the love. I mean, everybody been through that situation before, right? Getting over an ex. Listen to me. Matter of fact, let me take a sippy sip. Let me take a sippy sip before I get into this one. I might get to think about one of my exes when I read this. I'm trying to clear my mind, But it's deeper than that, though. It's deeper than that. Listen to me. Sometimes it's hard getting over ex. And it ain't just about the sex. It's the memories you made sometimes and what you could have did different that make you live with regrets. The things we accept, the conscience to listen to our ego, thinking you don't need them, playing tug of war. That's how we lose certain people. Feelings is temporary, especially anger. What makes a man want to doubt the love he had for years but tell all his life to a total stranger? Giving up is the easy way out. Fighting for it is hard. Returning to these streets, I gotta sort out the crazy anvil trying to keep up my guard. And it's strange, because every girl I meet, I compare to your plateau. They say out of sight, out of mind, and I just need to somehow let go. I can be lost without you, but memories help me find my steps, one day at a time. And I won the battle, finally over my ex, getting over ex. Rap talk. That's some powerful shit, though, if you think about it. Sometimes it's hard getting over ex, and it ain't just about the sex. It's the memories you made sometimes and what you could have did different that make you have regrets. The things we accept, the conscious to listen to our ego, thinking you don't need them, playing tug of war. That's how we lose certain people. Feelings is temporary, especially anger. What makes a man want to doubt the love he had for years but tell his life story to a total stranger? Giving up is the easy way out. Fighting forward is hard. Returning to these streets and I gotta sort out the crazy anvil trying to keep up my guard. And it's strange, because every girl I meet, I compare to your plateau. Did you hear what I said? I say, and it's strange, because every girl I meet, I compare to your plateau. They say out of sight, out of mind, and I just need to somehow let go. I can't be lost without you, but memories help me find my steps. One day at a time, I won the battle. Finally over my ex. Rap talk. You ever been in that situation? It ever took you a long time to get over an ex? I mean, everybody had them high points or had them ones when you be like, I mean, it's that imprint. Everybody got that imprint. Everybody got that one person that put that imprint on them. They can say what they want to say, or you can say what you want to say, but everybody got that person that took something to another level. Whether it be the freaky shit or the adventurous shit or whatever. Everybody wanted to that person who introduced them to something that they never probably had before. So when that situation do dissolve, what you think you're gonna be trying to get when you get into your next situation? I mean, this is just life. Your past is your past, of course. But just think if you come across somebody else that ain't even halfway up the par or even up the par to some of the stuff that you're used to. Even your homegirl, Lil Kim said that. I'll throw her little line in there. If I go from first class to coach, I never thought I'd be doing that though. Quoting the Lil Kim line. That was on that Biggie album though. But that was some real shit. Why go from first class to coach? If you've been introduced to this, why would you take it back to that? Or even want to be on that? That's just the energy of it though. Ghetto poetry readings. Where y'all at with it? Let me get to one more. I want to give y'all one more. I love this shit, man. I go from first class to coach. What do you do when you're so true? You cut that hookup off and find someone new. I need another hand. Biggie was silly for that though. He's like, another hand in my life. That was funny though. I wonder what would have happened if Biggie and Lil Kim would have made an album together. If Biggie would have probably stayed alive, I wonder what that would have happened though. What do you do when you so true? They probably would have made an album together though. I think so for the culture. Why we don't have that though? I know I'll be shifting gears so much on this channel, but now we're just talking hip hop real quick. I mean, who did it though? I'm trying to think. A male and female like this made a group like that, or I know you probably had a song or two here and there, but what like rap group like a male and female duo? Can we say the Fugees? Nah, we ain't about to compare that. But I'll tell you what though, didn't Offset and Cardi make an album? I don't know. I know they do got a song though. I heard that shit was kind of dope though. They got some song that they made when they were talking about their relationships and something like that. Because it came up on my Spotify like when it first came out. And something just made me just click on it. And I was like, let me just click on it and see what they talking about. Because sometimes I just do that. I just explore songs and explore shit by name. And then especially when they be on that first page, you know, New Music Fridays and stuff like that. I'm like, let me just click on this shit. Man, I listened to that song, man, it was fucking going off. I don't know if Offset he wrote Cardi B verse, but they was talking cash shit on that song. I don't know the name of it. Y'all can go look it up though, but yeah, I think it would have been slick though if Big and Lil Kim would have did an album together, especially at that time. That would have been dope. What do you do when you... But I'm getting to another piece though. I'm getting to another point here. I'm shifting gears a little bit. I know I'll be all over the place. I love this shit. I'm trying to see which one I want to do real quick. I told y'all sometimes I be finding myself doing some of the same ones because every time I stop a live, most of the poetry pieces that I got nearby, they be the same ones sitting up top when I start the next show. So I got to shuffle through some of these and mix it up. I got one for y'all though. This one kind of fun. That one kind of got too much cussing in it. It's really called "I Don't Want to Be Your Effing Friend." Like I don't want to be your fucking friend. It's kind of funny, but it's slick too. But I just don't want to keep cussing over and over and over by the word "fucking friend." This ain't no erotic piece or nothing. But the title of the poem is called I Don't Want to Be Your Fucking Friend. And then I know the algorithms are going to catch that fucking so many times. I'm telling y'all, once I get in the dough, it's all good. But you know, the station is close to monetization, but we not just there just yet. That's why I do ask for donations if you can. Miss Holly, if you can be so kind. What Judge Joe Brown be saying? Miss Holly, if you can be so kind. But no, I'm gonna skip that part though. I ain't gonna do it. Cause I can't think of no way to censor it. Like I don't want to be your fucking friend. I got another one though. I got another one for y'all though. But y'all know about that oatmeal beats no meal though. In fact, let me do that one real quick. I should know that one by heart because I did that one. But let me tell y'all about how this shit go in the hood. We had ghetto poetry readings, right? This how that shit go. I will set the story up before I do the piece, but I'm gonna do the piece first, and then I'll set the story up afterwards and elaborate. Listen to me. Let me take one more sippy sip. We sippy sip. It's Thirsty Thursday. Fuck you mean? Listen to me. He was too cool to go to school. Refused to open books and abide by the rules. And now he out here scamming, stressing and finessing, trying to find a female sponsor. You tell me who's the fool. He is, she is, we is. Living in a world where most expect shortcuts and handouts. NBA dreams for all don't pan out, so the corner some stand out. Living in the past. Mad when asked why he didn't make it. Yeah, them old stories sound good, but it's only so long a grown man can fake it. Take it in blood. Rather be a thug than punch a clock. But the feds is looking and time is money, but that's something he don't watch. And how can he provide with too much pride to flip a burger? Oatmeal beats no meal, but when the jokes crack, that's character murder. And hood niggas die for that. Lie for that. He don't even sell no dope. But image is everything. And will he ever tell you the truth? See, the answer is nope. Because see, we all got to start, finish. Who invented this system? Prior to the side, get off your ass, get out there, go and get it. You rather sit, quit, talk shit, beg, and borrow. Oatmeal beats no meal, but stay strong because today ain't tomorrow. Oatmeal beats no meal. Rap talk, that's that poem and piece, y'all. But how can he provide with too much pride to flip a burger? Oatmeal beats no meal, but when the jokes crack, that's character murder. I mean, how many times you done seen that? How many times you done came across that? You know how these youngers be. They have so much pride, they won't want to do nothing. I'm talking about they would want to do nothing. They don't want to get involved. They don't want to. I say, how can he provide with too much pride to flip a burger? Oatmeal beats no meal, but when the jokes crack, that's character murder. And hood niggas die for that. Die for that. Listen, don't have too much pride not to just work anywhere and do something. We live in a world, in a society where people do get judged. You'll be surprised how many people end up grown, 30, 40 years old, trying to sell drugs just because they didn't messed up their record when they was 20, 17 years old, trying to speedball and go fast. But they did some things, and some things is on their record to where they can't even just get right. So they had to keep being in the streets at 30 years old, 40 years old, from some mistakes that they made. You don't want to be that. I done seen it. But even though some places are trying to be lenient up, because some people don't even want to work at all. So some people will just hire people, the felons and whatnot, and take a chance, because there's so many that just don't want to work nowadays. They want it so quick. They want the scam. They want the OnlyFans. They want the YouTube. They want the record to pop. All of these things play a part in our ghetto. And it's not just the ghetto. I can take that back. A thing like that, it's overwhelming with all communities. Just want it fast. Because life teaches you that it's supposed to come fast. Especially when you involve and equate to social media and things like that. My TV playing right now. Let's look at the screen right now. It's talking about the UAW. It's going to probably strike. Now I'm just reading headlines. I can't read all of this stuff, but it's probably going to be a strike tonight. And I'm from Detroit. Actually, earlier when I was downtown headed into my job. Oh yeah, of course, I don't depend on this, but even though I do this for the love, I do this. This is my passion. I'm turning into a business. My passion is a business, but I do, to pay my bills on that stuff right now, I do have a 9 to 5. I share that with y'all. I don't have behind this shit. I am a working man, and this is my work also. But as my TV playing right now, it's a UAW contract countdown, which is the headline. It's like tonight at 12 o'clock, it's a couple of things that's going to probably happen. I mean, I don't know the whole issue of it or everything that's going down with it, but obviously somebody's not happy with the way things are going. And it just so happened a minute ago, I was talking how some people just don't want to work. I ain't talking about these people, but it's Ford and GM. Ford and GM plan to go on strike. This shit about to be crazy. And what's so funny, well, not funny, we actually got the auto show going on right now here in Detroit, downtown right now. Well, it's supposed to be this weekend. Whoever strategized this, that was a strategic, strategic weekend to choose. Like, okay, we're gonna strike when the auto show going down. If they don't abide by what our union want, this shit is crazy. So, man, all this shit is crazy. Mm. Everybody want what they want, right? Everybody want what they want in this life. Everybody want what they want in this society. You ain't got breasts, go buy them. You ain't got no ass, go buy it. You ain't getting attention, go buy it. bots and all that shit on your Instagram, bots and all that shit on your IG and Facebook and all that boosting. I was a victim of it. I regret that shit so much. Even though it do takes money to make money, don't get me wrong. But I was a victim of just wanting things to look larger than it was when I first, I'm not gonna say first started YouTube, but I found myself trying to just boost little videos up a little bit because them ads kept coming up so much, them ads and shit. I tried that shit. I regret that so much. That's why for my core fans, I'm talking about my real. Look at Governor Gresham, thick ass. For my core fans that fuck with me and rock with me, that's why if you go in my shit, you go on my videos, that's why I deleted them videos that had like 40K and a 60K like that. Even though I didn't boost shit up to that high, but you know how this shit work. When people see a certain number on a video, it makes people more curious about it because they think more people didn't watch it. So a lot of the views of it was real. Some of it was real. But some of it was probably like maybe one number like 10 seconds or 20 seconds of somebody from damn near Indonesia or some shit watching it who barely even speak our language. It was bullshit. I was thirsty. I was wanting bad. But as I fell into this whole YouTube thing, just really just loving it and wanting it, understanding the long run and the long haul, and understanding that once I work for it and once it comes to me in a natural, genuine way, it can be more respected. I love it, man. That's why I deleted that shit. I mean, some people who may know, I mean, I don't know who all know, but a lot of people that probably was just curious. But I can do them poems over. I know I got them in the books. That ain't shit. It was that hip hop poem. It was Intelligence and Sexy. And was it maybe 80s, baby? It was maybe like about 3 poems I just boosted. Them were just regular poems, though. This is like about 2 years ago. It was a long time ago that I did it, but I just regret it because I just love what I do so much. Because spending an advertising dollar, if you don't got millions to really advertise, it's I mean, don't get me wrong, it's strategy to this shit because you do have to spend money to make people know about you and hear about you. But at the rate like this, and if you really just love it like one may do, just do that shit and let whatever happens as it may. Because the people are going to gravitate to what they into regardless. If people into poetry and motivation, they're going to find their way to you. So that's why I just got rid of this shit. I'm like, man, let me get rid of this shit. But the ads were just so intriguing. But numbers do make you look at shit more, though. I mean, it's real. And what's so crazy, your favorite artists do this shit. That's what a lot of people don't know. But I can't compete, though. If I was to boost a video, I can't compete with a Snoop or a Drake. Drake probably don't have to do with this stuff no more. But some of your favorite people that y'all follow, they should be boosted. They should have bots all on that shit. And to be honest with you, you can tell. I'm gonna let y'all in some game on how you can tell when people got bots and that shit be boosted like that. Let's say you go on somebody IG, go on your favorite artist IG and all that shit right now. And when they post something, again, you know, I mean, for those who've been following me, they know I done left social media. I left all that shit alone. That shit went a distraction to me. It was conflicting with my energy and things, you know. So I just left it away. I put it down for a couple of different reasons. But I'm gonna tell you this: mostly all your favorites, they got the money to do it. They should be boosted. That's why you see them bots and shit in their pages. I mean, in they comments. Because when they post, it can't help but let the bots out. I mean, it looked good. It looked good for your favorite artist to have 300,000 followers, of course, because who's going to be supportive if their favorite artist only got 20,000? You be like, man, he way super popular. He only got 20,000. He supposed to be in at least a couple 100,000s. So, but this is what happened when your favorite artists do post something. That's why the first couple comments always be the bots, because they didn't pay for that shit. You be thinking to yourself like, why is it saying watch me now in the inbox or inbox me now, all that stuff? I mean, I don't know all the trending ones how you go, but I just remember certain ones that'll be redundant and over and over. That's because that shit was fake. People pay for all that shit. Yeah, they do. Your favorite artist, they pay to stay in your face. I mean, I'm just throwing a name out there, even though he be having a lot of bots on his page, but what would Snoop look like if ain't nobody interacting with him, or if it ain't a big ass number? You know what I'm saying? What would Snoop page look like if it wasn't? You know, that shit is real. But anyway, I'm gonna get into another poem and piece. Ghetto poetry readings. Let me tell y'all about these streets, how these streets don't love nobody. Y'all know that, right? If you're a real one, you know this already. You know these streets don't love nobody. Let me share this poem and piece with y'all. Because if you're a real one, you know this already. You didn't detach yourself from the streets one way or another because you already know this. Listen to me. These streets don't love nobody. Why you think they always repeating that it's lonely at the top? Dude, the feds is coming, the bitches is running, these little niggas on the block want your spot. That drunk conversational intimate info with that hoe can turn state's evidence. Voice recording, hood extortion. Now let's see how much money you trying to spend, what time you trying to spend. You see, some ain't built for this. Thought it was easy. Caught a case and find out that it's hard. Playing mind games with vets in the streets, and you a rookie, nigga. You could have been better off just getting a job. Hell, you put in the same hours, second or third shift, taking a life risk with no benefits. Doing things you never did before and treated like a hoe and thinking the streets don't know that you a snitch. Nigga, stop that shit. And in the end, your friends gonna rob you probably. You see, all these hood stories end the same. These streets don't love nobody. These streets don't love nobody. Rap talk. I'm gonna do that one over again. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, though. But listen to me. I'm just painting a story, though. This shit is just short and it's straight to the point, but the story is plain and so simple, and we just synced it years after years by so many people young, still steady walking to this street shit. The streets don't love nobody. It ain't shit out there. And ain't nothing but deceit, deception, jealousy, envy, hate. When you do come up, they watching. The bitches watching, the feds watching, the jack boys watching, everybody's watching. Let me do this piece again, though. Let me take me a sippy sip. I told you I got a sippy sip with me. It's knowledge though. Ghetto poetry readings, rap talk, Detroit. Listen to me. Let me go through this one more time. These streets don't love nobody. Why you think they always repeating that it's lonely at the top? Nigga, the feds is coming, the bitches is running, these little niggas on the block want your spot. That drunk conversation or intimate info with that hoe can turn state's evidence. Voice recording, hood extortion. Now let's see how much time you ready to spend. You see, some ain't built for this. Thought it was easy. Caught a case and find out that it's hard. Playing mind games with vets in the streets and you a rookie, nigga, you couldn't have been better off just getting the job. Hell, you put in the same hours. Second and third shift, taking a life risk with no benefits. Doing things you never did before and treated like a hoe and thinking the streets don't know that you a snitch. Nigga, stop that shit. And in the end, your friends gonna rob you probably. You see, all these hood stories insane. These streets don't love nobody. Rap talk. They really don't. I might have to revert and make another poem. Hip hop don't love nobody. This shit been so foggy. What's so crazy? Everybody from the streets ran to the rap game. Everybody from the streets ran to the rap game. It was a course in time. This what happened. Let me tell you, this what happened. This where the conflict came in at, and this where the bullshit came in at. This what made it so foggy. Because all the street niggas wanted to be rappers. And all the rappers wanted to be street niggas. Think about it. That's what happened. Let me say that again. All the street dudes wanted to be rappers. And all the rappers wanted to be street dudes. That's where the confusion and conflict came in at. That's where it got foggy at. Because you will have these kids who are rappers. I mean, everybody know where the money at. The money is in rap. That's why all the see, here's how it go, and this is how it went. I mean, it's still kind of going like this. Here's how it go. If you rapping, that's your forte, that's your thing, that's what you do. You from the ghetto, you rapping, you talking your shit. You come outside, you picking up stories, you talking to people, you finding subject matter. And most of the time, you admiring the person who got money or who got things going on. That's where you're getting your story from because you're trying to impress. I mean, this for the most part. I'm talking about the average. I ain't talking about all, I'm talking about average. You're trying to impress. And more than likely, that person who's giving you influence is somebody who's from the streets. And more than likely getting their money fast and in the streets for real, for real. So you're gaining your story from somebody who's in the streets. You emulating his life. You putting yourself in his shoes or trying to. You gaining stories. You running around the hoods and ghettos, picking up all the information you can to paint the picture to capture the rest of the world. But mind you, you are a rapper. You are a skilled profession rapper who done made it, so to say. But your influence is from the drug dealers or the hustlers. And you get this money and you become successful and what have you. So what do we have next? You have that person who's sitting on the sideline. I don't say sitting on the sideline, but the person who's really living that life that you're emulating and talking about in this music and in these movies and running around, and y'all may know each other or see each other, or you may be from the same place, but this person, he knows that you are running around in a profession, carrying yourself like you live the story of the person who's really living this. And as time went on, in the late night, and in the mid '90s, things like that, rap and hip hop became commercialized and sensualized through street shit and emerged through gangster rap, and money was made. Millions, billions. The corporates get billions. The street niggas get millions. When I say street niggas, I'm talking about the rappers get millions. I don't mean to say the street niggas. So just imagine the average hustler on the street watching someone else skillfully speak on their life and emulate and capitalize off of the risk that they take and make money and make thousands, millions of money, knowing that that's not them. As the years went by and the shift came, that's when all the street dudes that say like, okay, well, they said, well, okay, see, this is what the street niggas did. They said, okay, well, if he can rap and carry himself like he living my life and come up, I'm about to start doing what he doing. Why should I let this person shine and make all this money emulating my life, and I'm the one that's really living this? I could put some words together, and even though some can't, but this is how the shit got foggy and fucked up like this. Cause it was so many street dudes thought to themselves like, I'm the real hustler. I'm the one that's living that life that they talking about. I could put some words together. Let's go. Or where they go? They go to the studio and do that? Man, let's go to the studio. You know they got the money to go on in the studio. So they say, okay, I'm gonna go in the studio and start saying this shit. And I'm gonna make some money like they doing. Cause I can make this story even more real because I'm really living this shit. And I can possibly clean my money up. So you have the hustler. And this one most of them did too. I didn't even get to this part. The ones who tried this, what I just said, that couldn't do it, they'll find somebody else who can do it. That's why most labels was funded by somebody in the background with some money, you know, from the streets or whatnot. Because they felt like, okay, well, if I can't do it, I got to at least find somebody around this hood that's close to me, that hustle with me, or knows, you know, that's somebody near to me that can do this shit. Because this dude over here, he not even living his life, but he just a skillful rapper. And he making all this money talking about our life, and we out here taking risks. Let me put this money in you, dog. You go up there and do that. So all the hustlers want to be rappers. But at the same time, all the rappers wanted their respect. Mind you, again, their respect of all the hustlers. That's why they speak the dangerous stories. That's why they carry themselves to dress like the the dope boys on the street, stuff like that, because they wanted that same image and respect. Both was emulating each other. That's why everybody now, after all these years, is running to rap. It ain't even these niggas so lazy right now. They don't even want to even sell dope like that. That's why the scamming took over so big and went crazy, because it was quicker than hustling. They didn't have the discipline to sit in those spots like back in the days when we was coming up. They ain't got the discipline. I mean, it's all stupid. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to glorify none of this ghetto ass shit. But they don't even have the discipline to even do stuff like that. Just to sit around and, let the shit sell itself and just be there. They want like a quick, scam shit. And then the scammers right now is trying to run around and act like they hustlers, knowing they ain't did nothing but pressed a couple of buttons and switch some names and numbers around, but they carrying themselves like they've been working hard and hustling for this. Low key, a lot of that stuff used to be frowned upon back in the days, as far as all of that, scamming and all that stuff. But it's so quicker than taking a risk and hustling, so they ran to the scamming. But to get back to the story I was talking about, how all the rappers or all the street dudes ran to the rap game because the money was there. You got to realize and remember this. If you in the streets for real, you really want to clean your life up sooner or later, or you don't want the bullshit to. I mean, unless you just really naive and just, the ones that's smart. And you'll be surprised how many people in these streets are really smart. They really run it like a business, or they really have dreams of other things. Once you can have these conversations to get people to invest in you, you know what I'm saying? Even though it's street shit, but you still gotta gain trust and conversate and have some type of trust with somebody you gotta have that work. I mean, I ain't about to get too deep into all of this stuff, but it's still business. It's not legal, it's not legit, but it's still about mind reading, gaining trust. But as everybody ran to the rap game, though, it turned to something different. And then you got to remember, a drug dealer, they got confidence. They got more confidence than you got. A hustler, I don't even want to say a drug dealer, but a person who's a hustler, they got more confidence than you. You're average. That's why the rap game got so oversaturated with people who was bare minimum good rappers. They had the confidence to keep fucking going. And that's what you don't get. A lot of these people who were smart and good and lyrical and skillful, they put so much energy on that. They didn't have the will to hustle and work for it as hard as somebody who came from the streets and the way they did it. So that's why they was able to work harder. That's why this shit got cloudy and foggy. You can't tell Birdman he can't rap. He done came from the streets and came from nothing and turned that into something. You can't tell Master P he can't rap and he came from the streets. And I ain't trying to diss these brothers. I'm really complimenting these brothers. They were so confident to do this shit because they knew, like, okay, man, nobody fucking with me, man. They knew this shit. And when you come from the inner city, the ghettos and all that stuff, or you a hustler, if you got a hustler mentality, ain't nothing going to stop you. Because it's in you already to not even fucking give up. Y'all can say this person whack, they can't rap, all this and that. But they had the money to invest in themselves and made it look better. So while they over there with the backpacks and doing all the lyrical stuff and trying to, keep things afloat, all the while a whole different genre was just brewing. That's why they was independent. That's why you had these labels that was independent. How many straight up backpack hip hop labels did you really have that had that grind? I mean, I can think of maybe one or two. We had Raucous back in the day. We had Raucous Records. Let me say Duck Down. They was independent as far as I know. I'm trying to just think of a couple on the top of the head that was fairly like, for the culture and hip hop and not on that, I mean, you had a couple, and there might have been some hidden hands in some of them labels that was maybe street shit. I mean, I can't put it out there because I don't know life for sure. But as things just went on with music and hip hop, the two worlds collided because everybody want each other image. If I'm a street dude, I want the rapper image because y'all the ones popular. Y'all the ones on TV every day. I mean, I got money. That's what they looking at. Like, okay, I got money. I got girls or whatever. And not to mention the competition factor when they go out and be at the same places. When you bring all that bullshit up, when everybody get in the same room and this competition and who buying the most bottles, I just think that shit too. That should be so funny. And who trying to impress who or try to prove who got the most money by the end of the night. When you start talking about all that, the shit really got cloudy around that time when all that stuff was type of going on. Because you got to remember, some of these rappers, they might be looking good, but they weren't even getting paid like that. Man, this shit is, man, this shit is crazy. We can talk about it. We can talk about it. And look where we at now. That's why I don't say every, but the majority of rappers now, that's why they trying to keep up that image of the streets. Because the shit that got even more cloudy than the shit that I just was talking about. That's why you have all these rappers who, once they get in the rap game, they can't leave the street shit alone. Because they so accustomed to the energy of the bullshit. They don't even want to let that go. They can have the money, but still don't want to do nigga shit, or still don't want to go to them same clubs to stun on them same bitches who didn't want to fuck them when they ain't had nothing. The same bullshit. The same dirty bitches up in here they trying to impress that distant when they didn't have nothing and they was on their way up. Or the females too. So I don't want to make this a male-female thing, but your female rappers, they want to shit on all the dudes and all the other bitches who didn't like them when they was going to them same clubs or whatever. That's why they want to hold on to the hood rat image. They want to hold on to that so much. Because they can slightly be themselves. I mean, if the hood rat is in you, it's in you. Don't get me wrong. That shit kind of hard to get out when you're going through your whole phase. I mean, let's just be real. If you're going through your whole phase, it's kind of hard to get that up out you at the moment. But you got these young female rappers who running the game right now. The more raunchier, the more better. The more nastier, the more better. And they doing the same thing that I just said about the dope boys wanting to be rappers. That's what the female MCs is doing right now. That's why we get into a whole mode of energy of more females are coming out being raunchier, more trying to be more raunchier than the next. They in competition, like, oh, your shit nasty? Let me make my shit more nastier. I want the folks to be on my nasty. The same thing, the same way the young men was going through it. You can research some of these rappers, man. They weren't doing that shit they were talking about. They weren't doing that shit. Man, let me get off that though. Let me get to another poem of peace, man. Man, when I tell y'all I love this shit, y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in. Especially if you done made it this far in the video. I love shit like this. Man, we're a growing channel. We growing. I say we because y'all are part of this shit. I mean, just imagine just the growth of just doing it from the bottom up. I see why Drake can make a song like it started from the bottom, now we here. I see why they be doing that shit, man. I see why once you get the pop and you start making shit like that. Started from the bottom, now we here. Detroit Ghetto poetry readings, motivational speech. Man, take me another sippy sip and put some more juice in this joint. That was a stiff bitch right there. That's probably why I got to talking so much shit. That was a stiff bitch right there, boy. Put more juice in this joint. Man, it's about to be wintertime too. Y'all know I'm from the Midwest. Y'all know I'm from Detroit. It's about to be wintertime. Man, we about to do so many videos. We about to be channeling in, man. I don't give a fuck. We about to be going in. I mean, what Sab talking about, we gonna talk about it. I'm like so locked in. And that's what I want you to be. I want you to be locked in with what you doing. I know my goal is my goal, but your goal, man, lock in on your shit. It ain't shit at that motherfucking club. If you're a female out there, it ain't no dude. Like, it ain't what? Man, none of that shit ain't about nothing. Work, go work, get your money. You got your side hustle. Make your side hustle bigger. It's winter, we grinding. This summer, shit gone, man. That shit ain't nothing. That shit ain't about nothing. Handle your business, pay your bills, keep your structure up, make sure your family and your shit intact, handle your business. Man, we popping, man. What the fuck? You gon' be, you gon' get to it. Got no poetry, man. You gon' get to it. I believe in you. You associating yourself with good energy. That's why your whole soul is shifting and everything. You jumping on other shit and you don't even know it. That's why you waking up, starting to wake up thinking about different things and shit. Or if you on somebody else's time or at a job, that's why you thinking about that business that you started or, a lot or even more. It's that energy shift. That's why shit ain't stirring you no more or you ain't distracted. Man, I said that shit in one of my videos a long time ago. Man, once you get that shift, you turn that corner, man, ain't no turning and going back. I'm talking about once your mind get on a different level and a different plan and a different feel and you really like locked in and you really taking chances and believing in yourself and shit, ain't no coming back from that shit. Cause you ain't gonna even think the same. Ain't no coming back from that shit. Nelly and Ashanti confirmed they're dating again at the VMAs. What the fuck happened on the VMAs? I ain't about to talk about it though. But I just see on out in my YouTube, I see the Star report. I fuck with Star though, man. Star funny though. I saw him build that shit right in my face. I ain't gonna say right in my face, like it was just for me, but I was there like early though. I remember when Star jumped on. If y'all don't remember familiar with Star, used to be on Hot 97 a long time ago. He bring it up too. He remind your ass he was on that shit. He used to be on radio from Star in the morning. He an OG uh, radio jock. He be talking that shit, and he a little vulgar at times. He opinionated. He one of the ones. and definitely respected him though. But I just remember when he started. I just remember like when he started like doing his YouTube with the Star Report, and he was just slightly comparing himself to like academics and shit like that. He's like, man, because I think he was trying to like hire somebody like to get his shit popping. Like, he's like, if you can't get my shit popping like this, young nigga, get the fuck away from me. But his shit popping now, you know. That's what hard work do. That's what hard work obtains. So, you know, salute to him. You know, I'll be watching a lot of different people's shows and stuff because to be in it, to be in this whole content space, I mean, why just keep everything on yourself? You know, you want to watch the table. I mean, you know, not saying follow, but you want to just look around and see the moves and shake it. Whatever business or thing you get in, you're supposed to study it any fucking way. I mean, you would be a fool not to. I tell you the people I fuck with, I watch. I tell you, I fuck with Star Report, even though he be so fucking messy. I just like his demeanor and how sometimes he just be talking cash shit and hanging up on people and shit like that. And all types of shit. He'll cut somebody out in a minute. I fuck with Star Report. I fuck with Art of Dialogue. I fuck with Mad Hopper. I fuck with Doggy Diamonds. Who else I fuck with? I fuck with Beehive down in ATL. I fuck with Corey Holcomb. I fuck with Craig Facts. I fuck with Dewan B. All up on him. Because he like an extension of Craig. And I be wishing that brother the best too. Because he's very, very informative. He got a lot of knowledge. It's a lot of people out there. Who else I fuck with? I fuck with Kareem Bliss. He's like an extension of Doggy Diamond. I don't know whatever happened with that shit though. I know him and Doggy used to do the show together, but I fuck with him. Who else? I'm just thinking of people off top that I fuck with. Man, I mean, entertainment is, all this shit is subjective, but it's still a growing factor though, because there's so much you can do with this shit, because everybody got a voice. That's why I tell myself to fall into character, be myself, not fall into character, but just be myself, get down with the, you know, just talk my shit. Like I said in the beginning of this video, this is a direct to consumer or whoever wants this shit relationship. YouTube's like the greatest fucking thing. If I put up one poem a day and 2 people watch it, those are the 2 people that fuck with it. Or however, or if 20,000 a day, once we get to that, start picking up or whatever, that's the whole ordeal or the love with this shit. Or y'all fuck with Tariq. Matter of fact, I just started fucking with Tariq. I always heard his name. I knew he was popular, but I did not know Tariq Nasheed was that funny, dog. I did not know he was that funny. I watched one of his hookups, man. He was on there funny, man. Man, he had me rolling. I was looking like, there's a couple of messages coming through on some of my videos. Man, this shit is growing. I got so many comments on a couple of these videos. Man, this shit is growing. I love it. I love it too because I'm enjoying the journey, the whole process of it. Back to Tariq Nasheed. I did not know he was that funny. I mean, he's educational. He be talking some real shit. But I just like started watching him like earlier this week, you know, and I'm like, I just listened to one of his videos, and then someone told me to click on it because I was watching his style because it's kind of like he just had just like he kind of switch it up. Like sometimes he just got a blank, you know, picture up and talking behind it, kind of like how I do. So I was like, let me just see how his shit is working, you know, how he just flowing. But I was just listening. I'm looking like, and see, that's what happened when you ain't got no, when it ain't just you to watch, or if it ain't just me that you can look at and read my body language, read my outfit, read my beard, read my eyeballs, read my background, read my room and all that stuff. And it's just audio like this. you ain't got no choice but to just focus on what the fuck I'm saying. And that's the whole point. So it's like if you straight up audio like this, it ain't nothing it ain't nothing you can compare it to. I ain't saying nothing you compare it to, but it ain't nothing else to dissect but what I'm talking about. You gotta use your imagination like a book or something. It's kind of like an audio book. So that's the type of audience I kind of like just wanted this gang. That's why I thought to myself, like, man, I'm a fairly handsome guy, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, I just quit showing my face this so much. Let people just listen, do whatever they doing. You can be cleaning up, you can be at work, you can be driving in the car, you can be sitting around, or you can just look at the regular avatar or whatever. But the message is in the voice and the message. Use your imagination and just listen. Let's get into that. So that's why I was just, like I said, I study. I gotta study the other players in the game if I'm gonna be in the game. You know what I'm saying? And you grab a couple things. So I was looking at Tariq Nasheed's stuff, and I'm looking like he making videos, ain't no but just a regular picture up there, and I'm looking like he just talking behind the picture. Even though I was doing it a little bit before I saw him, but I thought to myself, like, if they ain't got nothing to really focus on and dissect, they can just listen to the voice and just gather the message. And that's really what I want. That's what I want more than anything, It's for people to listen and grab the message. So I'm like, okay, if this dude going crazy and all these other people going crazy, with mad numbers, and they ain't got nothing but a picture up and they just talking behind it, I'm gonna talk my shit and do my poetry just like that, And it ain't no clickbait to it. These are fucking ghetto poetry readings with the motivational speech behind it also. So I'm like, okay, we locked in then. Let me take a sippy sip. Good morning, evening. Y'all thought I forgot about that song, already, You fucking fool. I know I was singing it earlier. Yeah, I brought that shit back full circle. Good morning, evening, friends. Here's your friendly announcer. Yeah, what up, Stevie? Man, Stevie move out the country like that, man. I think Stevie knows something we don't know, too. Half of y'all don't even know Stevie out the country. Some people know. It's a lot of people that left this country, though, whether y'all know it or not. I'm talking about people that's caked up and breaded up. Y'all don't want me to start talking about passport bros, do y'all? I ain't about to get into that, though, but y'all do know about that culture, though. I ain't saying Stevie one, but y'all know about passport bros. They say the women over there is on a whole nother level. Moving over there, marrying them, whatnot. But let me find another poem of peace to give with y'all, though. I'm enjoying y'all. Detroit Ghetto poetry reading. That's one thing, too. Some people jump in on a replay. It ain't always about the live, Where we at with it? Where I want to take it? Since I've been talking hip-hop, let's talk about hip-hop. Let me do this piece. Matter of fact, that was one of the pieces, too, I deleted. I deleted that poem I had up, Why Hip-Hop is Trash. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, I put ads on it. So let's just say if that joint said 40,000, I say out of that 40, and I'm just throwing out an estimate out there. It probably was about like 1,700 to 2,000 for real. Because again, mind you, it been up there for like about 2 years. But if I put the whoop and boost on it, it gonna jump. But mind you, if people see 20,000 on the video, they're more likely to press on it, you know? So that'll bring me another 1,000 or so. But again, like I said earlier in the video, I got rid of all that shit. Like, man, get this shit off my page, man. That's how confident I am right now. Like, man, get this bullshit off my page. Man, I can do this poem better anyway. I looked at some of them older videos. I'm like, man, I put the whoop on this video, and I can sit here and do this video over again right now, even better. I'd have perfected that poem even more and better. I barely even like the video no more. No one already put the whoop on it, but I'm knowing to myself, like, man, get this shit out my way, man. Like, that number look good, that 40K look good, but like, man, that shit ain't nothing. That shit. But you gotta have confidence to do shit like that. You know, that's what you gotta do. Have confidence to be like, man, let's get to the real. Let's get to the basis of this shit, that whole facets of this shit. Like, man, that shit ain't nothing. I want this shit organic, real, genuine. If I put my money up right now and do a show, if it's 10 people in that motherfucker, they're gonna get a show like it was 10,000 in that boy. You gotta have that type of confidence in yourself. And knowing that 10,000 is gonna come one day. You gotta be on that type of level. You gotta be on, man, you gotta just be on straight up beast shit, you know? If you ain't got that dog in you, man, I don't know what to tell you. The world gonna pass you by, because don't nobody owe you shit. Don't nobody owe you shit. And the life you live is yours. And when you get to that point that you fed up and you want more, you're gonna move different. It's inevitable. You're gonna fucking move different. Ain't no way around it. The same shit just ain't gonna make sense to you. And as it shouldn't, certain shit just ain't gonna make sense to you no more. Going to the club, bar to stand around and staring at hoes is not gonna impress you no more. It's not gonna motivate you. Waking up, going to work every day, being on somebody else's time it's not gonna impress you. You're not gonna want that for yourself. I'm telling you. It's a different energy. And speaking of that, it made me want to do this poem I wrote called Stepping Out on Faith. Because it's kind of like on that tip of stepping out there doing your own shit. Because I know a lot of my audience may be working people and stuff like that. But it comes that time and that day when you got to do what you love and step out and do your own shit. So listen to me. This one called Stepping Out on Faith. How long you been in that rut? Mad as hell Sunday evening, Monday morning, punching in, not giving a fuck. Stuck inside a maze. Afraid to chase your goals because you mentally a slave to corporate offices. Paychecks got you behind, but you thinking you can handle it. Dealing with work assholes, ass kisses, and micromanagement. But see, I'm from the streets. You see, getting rid of drugs was more than just a hustle. You see, it taught self-discipline, mind reading skills to read people and stay wary of oncoming trouble. I'm about to start this whole poem over. This how heavy this shit is. Stepping out on faith. Let me take another sippy sip. I'm talking about sippy like I'm a little fucking baby. Let me take a shot of this fine vodka. Good morning, evening, friends. Yeah, I'm still on that Stevie. What you talking about? I'm about to bring that poem back though, stepping out on faith. Y'all feel me? Man, this shit's so fun, man. When I say I love what I do, I love what I do. I can say this now. I don't know how many people. I ain't about to say it. This shit gonna be scary when I really just get in straight up mode with this shit. It's gonna be a lot of people getting neglected. That's what I'm really trying to say. They're gonna be like, why you wanna just go home and be on YouTube? Motherfucker, cause that would make me happy. That shit gonna be so, they gonna think it's weird, but I'm be like, I don't wanna go out or I don't wanna, they're gonna be like, all you want to do is go home and be on YouTube. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. That's what I want to do. I want to go home and be on YouTube and talk shit and express myself and help somebody, help some stranger that don't even know me. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I don't want to fuck today. I want to go home and make a video. Let me get back to my poem. I'm stepping out on faith. Listen to me. Oh yeah, by the way, good morning, evening, friends. How long you been in that rut? Mad as hell Sunday evening, Monday morning, punching in, not giving a fuck. Stuck inside a maze. Afraid to chase your goals because you mentally a slave to corporate offices. Paychecks got you behind, but you thinking you can handle it. Dealing with work assholes, ass kissers, and micromanagement. See, I'm from the streets. You see, getting rid of drugs is more than just a hustle. You see, it taught self-discipline, mind reading skills to read people and stay wary of oncoming trouble. That's the money double. Back to reality. Never mind that. Let's talk about Uncle Sam steady taking my taxes. See, I'm putting in overtime trying to get over this hump while I bend over backwards. And that's kingpin shit. And they got you trained to do it each week. Monday through Friday, don't even think about the outside world. Dedicate your time. That ass belong to me. Now, is this your future? In the past, that you think that this will be your present? If you don't work for your goals and you're going to work for someone else, just let that marinate. Think about that for a second. Because see, you was created with a purpose. Find yourself because you lost. Work for yourself just like you do for others. Just remember that thought there. Boss. Rap talk. Stepping out on faith. You better do it. You better do it. Don't wake up living with regrets. Don't wake up there with regrets. Question. Are you a believer? I mean, do you really believe? I mean, deep down inside, do you really believe that what you're doing is going to pan out and that you walking in your path and that you, I mean, do you firmly believe? Listen to me. Listen to me. I feel it. I know it can happen. I pray. I work. My thoughts have turned to actions. I believe in meditation. I believe in me. When belief is low, I taught the God. I walk through the dark with my wisdom, seeing light. I made it through the struggle because I had belief in the fight. I jumped in the water with the thought sink or swim. I take that back. Nah, my thoughts were swim, swim, swim. I made it. I made it because I had belief. I made it, my people, because my strength runs deep. Rap talk. We gon' make it. 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 Shout out to Jadakiss for the influence, the inspiration, for the theme songs like that. Jadakiss was young and hungry, making songs like that, knowing the hook is "We Gon' Make It." Nas influence, making a song like "I Can." I know I can be what I wanna be if I work hard at it. I'll be where I wanna be. That's real shit. You got a song with them kids' voices on it, you ain't losing. I done shared that with y'all before, but I'll say it again. You got a kid's voice on your shit, you ain't losing. You halfway there. You hear me? But I tell you what though, it's something I've been wanting to tell y'all all night though. I just couldn't gather up the words to say it. I mean, like this has been heavy on my heart. I've been on here 2 hours, but it's been something I've been wanting just tell y'all though, don't talk about some deep, some powerful shit, man. It's something I've been wanting to tell y'all. I just couldn't gather the words because it was so heartfelt. I'm gonna give it to you like this. Good morning, evening, friends. Here's your friendly announcer. I fucked y'all up with that. He thought it was something. Thought it was something wild or something. I was about to tell you something crazy. Thought I was about to jump through the roof or something. Fucked y'all up with that though. But I can get with y'all in a minute though, man. Man, I tested myself with this one and I did it. The more I kept talking and the more I just kept going, man. This is a milestone for me, getting 2 hours in. No guests, no nothing, straight up getting through, man. It's one of the ones. Once y'all come back and research it and y'all, after your boy grow a little bit and y'all come back and watch this one, and you make it to the end like you is right here now, oh man, you a real one. You a real one, but I had to do it though. Life is about testing yourself, seeing how far you can go and what you can accomplish. 2 hours in, talking, giving game, ghetto poetry readings. There's so many different titles I can give this video, but I'm gonna just leave it how it is. You catch on and latch on, and then it is what it is. That's how it was meant to be, or how it was meant to play out. But I get with y'all in a minute though, man. I appreciate the ones who tuned in, dipped out, stayed around, or whatever, man. This live stream shit. It is what it is. Even the ones donated. I mean, my cash app didn't go off, but somebody might watch the video a little bit in the replay and they see the donation and want to do it. I appreciate you. Tools and fuse, whatever it is. I mean, it's all business. I appreciate it. All that shit, Man, I love y'all. You mentioned the end of the video. I love you personally. You a real one. Get with y'all in a minute. Rap talk.